I'm Greg Bear, and today we're confronting a, an extraordinarily difficult reality that many parents face. Two words that I cringe at hearing: shared custody, just fraught with complications and emotional upheaval. But with a strong foundation in the principles of real love, it's possible to still raise confident, cooperative, and creative children while co parenting. So let's get to a real life story. A mother wrote me to say that she has 4 children and is sharing custody with her ex, who, of course, she wants to blame for most of her problems. She was having behavioral problems with all of the kids, but especially the 12-year-old girl, Sarea, who was angry and defiant all the time, just regularly told mom how she hated her with her words and with her behavior as well. It was more than mom could handle. Mom, of course, wanted a solution for the 12-year-old. The answer is unbelievable. On a video call, I said, so we'll get to Sarea's anger, but right now, what you need most is to feel loved. You have never felt loved unconditionally. Notice, my answer has nothing to do with Sarea. I said to mom, it's about you. All your life, people have wanted something from you: attention, success, physical beauty, gratitude, cooperation, accomplishment, long list. You have never felt loved for no reason, without doing something to earn it. And she just cried, couldn't speak. We talked daily. And after only a few days, she texted, I have been reflecting back on your love for me all through the day. All I've ever wanted is for somebody to love me just like that, exactly like you do. And I was a complete stranger to her only days before. We can feel it when somebody really loves us. Not about the words. We yearn for it, we live for it, but we can't find it. The next day, she texted again. All day, I remembered how loved I felt this morning after we talked on the video call. I can't believe these feelings. They're new. I can feel myself healing. And this is the miracle of real love principles. I'm talking to everybody who's listening. Real love is probably not what you think. It's not weak or fleeting. Unconditional doesn't mean weak. It's surprisingly straightforward and practical. Back to our story. I said, you are simply trusting the love you're getting, and that is no small thing. You're being vulnerable, and that's exactly how the healing happens. Way to go, you. You've been dying to feel loved, and now you're feeling it. That's no small amount of faith on your part. Relax into it. These first few texts and tears are just the beginning. I love you, kid. Your perspective on all of life is changing. A couple of days after that, only a few days after we'd begun speaking, she texted, I just got my kids back from their dad. Remember the horrible monster of a dad? And she said, and everything is different because I had enough love to give them. She continues, she says, everybody in the house could feel the change in me, and they responded to it. I had kids cuddling with me all day long. They loved it. I loved it. We had no problems, and I still can't believe it. I had nothing to give them before you began to love me, but now I do. I trust that you're loving me. I feel it and remember it through the day, and now I can give it to my kids. Love has renewed my soul for me and for my children. This mother was asleep in life. She didn't know what real living was, walking around in a kind of coma. She didn't have the love or the energy her kids needed. It wasn't about the kids. With just a few powerful experiences with being loved unconditionally by Zoom, she woke up and became a real parent. Her faith led to a kind of power she could not have imagined. I said to her, quote, this is no small thing you're doing. You're a miracle. Your faith is making all this possible, and it only gets better. Faith, trust, same thing. Now, remember, the whole reason that the mother contacted me was because of an impossible 12-year-old, and I never talked about the 12-year-old. And now the 12-year-old is not impossible. She's snuggling with mom. Mom couldn't have imagined this. The 12-year-old was not the problem, never is. Neither is your 12-year-old. It's all about the parents. This mother's not unique. We can all learn to find unconditional love, have faith in it, trust someone to love us, and heal the wounds that have interfered so badly with our desires to love our children. I've enjoyed this time with you. I love sharing with you these principles that change lives. If you find value in this, click the like and subscribe buttons, and we'll do this again. Until then, it's all about the love.